Hey, how's it going? How are you? So before I start talking about anything comic book related, just want to let you guys know that this week has been a bit of a stinker. And it's only Monday. What I mean by that is there's a lot of personal stuff going on in my life that I don't really want to discuss, and it's part of the reason to do with that really weird video that I put up a few days ago, a few weeks ago, like last week. Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on in my personal life, and it's not stuff that I really want to disclose on here or talk about. I just thought I'd let you know that I'm not having the best of times, and I'm a bit annoyed, quite frankly, and I'm quite angry. I'm quite upset, to be fair, because it's just crazy. It is crazy. Might make a video talking about it later if you guys want or need to hear about that. Yeah. Batman Hush Part 2. This is pretty good. I like the Batman Hush storyline. I do really like Batman Hush. This is the second part. If you haven't seen my review for part 1, go watch it now. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was a pretty good review. This is good. Like, the pacing issues, the pacing is my only real problem, really. The pacing is kind of all over the place because a lot happens. So we start off, and it's a fight between Batman and the Joker, because the Joker appeared right at the end of the last part, and Batman will not stop. He's being told to stop, but the Joker but Batman's just he's intending to kill the Joker, and he's got this inner monologue going, I should have killed him a long time ago. I'm actually finally going to do it now. And we then see that that Batman's now remembering all of the bad shit that the Joker did, killing Jason Todd, making Barbara Gordon into a paraplegic, all that bollocks. And Catwoman tries to stop him. That doesn't work. We then have Jim Gordon, who then manages to stop him from killing himself. Then we have this bandaged figure who was in the background of the last part, and he like flips a coin, so which makes us think, oh, is this Two-Face? It's not Two-Face. Well, one of them is Two-Face. But that's kind of later on in the storyline. We then have Dick Grayson, Nightwing, show up, and he kind of acts as a voice of reason for Bruce, and and then the Riddler shows up out of the blue, and the weird thing with this is that he's pulling off something that he usually does, which makes us think, ooh, why is this mysterious big bad made everyone else change their tactics but left the Riddler? Or is the Riddler a suspect now? So then, as Batman then reveals his true identity to Catwoman, because they're striking up a relationship now, that's when the bandaged figure unmasks himself in front of the Joker and reveals that he's Harvey Dent. We then have the next bit, which shows it's kind of episodic, as when each so when Batman beat the Riddler, he found some residue from a Lazarus pit. So he then goes to find Talia al Ghul, who is on board a LexCorp plane, and of course, because it's comic books, Lex Luthor is the president at this point in time. That is a major oof. And the League of Assassins, well, Ra's al Ghul basically says, meet me in a desert in Egypt. I will fight you to the death. If you win, I'll help you find out who this guy is. If you win, I want my daughter back, and I'll kill you. So of course Batman wins, so he gains the help of Ra's al Ghul, and after this, and whilst this is going on, Catwoman is having a fight with Lady Shiva, because they've of course got Talia al Ghul and are holding her captive. So two pretty badass fights are going on at the same time, and throughout all of this we get an advance on the relationship between Batman and Catwoman, which I like, which is cool. We get to see a side of Batman that isn't really shown too much, the compassionate, caring side of Bruce Wayne Batman. We then have Tim Drake, who instinctively punches Catwoman in the face, because he sees Catwoman as, oh, she can't be trusted, she's a morally grey area. And Tim Drake is one of those people that sees things as black and white. There is no grey area. It's either you're a good guy or a bad guy, and he still sees Catwoman as a bad guy, even though Bruce Wayne has revealed himself as Bruce Wayne. So Catwoman and Tim Drake have a little bit of a bust up, a little bit of a fight, which leads to Catwoman leaving and meeting up with the Huntress, and they have a little bit of a fight. But it's obvious that the Huntress is under the influence of a drug or of something, and that's when Scarecrow, of all people, shows up. So he has Catwoman, Huntress, under the influence of like the fear toxin, but all while this, he's singing, hush little baby, don't say a word, Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. So that's kind of suitably creepy. And then this bandaged figure shows up again after Batman and Scarecrow have their little fight. Bandaged figure shows up holding Tim Drake, who he has previously incapacitated, and he's like, I'm going to kill Tim Drake, and I'm going to kill Tim Drake, and you can't do anything about it. And then he peels off the face, revealing that he is Jason Todd, of all people. I don't know how clearly you can see that, how clearly that shows up. That's pretty clear. So Batman and Jason Todd have this fight. because what's his face? Jason Todd believes that, well, not Jason Todd. It's later revealed that Jason Todd is Clayface in disguise, but he believes that the visage of Jason Todd, the second Robin, will make Batman fight back or hold back, which he doesn't. And then and of course it's then revealed, oh, Jason Todd is Clayface. It's been Clayface all along. So then Batman tracks down this old person that used to work for him, called Harold, who previously couldn't speak, and it's now he can speak, and the final bandaged figure shows up, and it's none other than Bruce Wayne's childhood friend, Tommy Elliot, who it's then revealed when his parents died, well, not his parents, when his dad died, he engineered the car crash that made his parents die, and he was angry at Bruce's dad for saving, not for not saving his mother, or not for not saving his father, but for saving his mother, because he wanted both of his parents to die. And that's where they have this big smackdown, drag out fight, in which ends with Hush being shot by Harvey Dent. He's shot by Harvey Dent. We then have Huntress and Catwoman having a little heart-to-heart. And we see Batman and Superman having a heart-to-heart after this whole, shabockle has ended. And Batman goes to the prison cell with Riddler, and it's revealed that Riddler was the one who organised all of this. Who'd have thunk it? I didn't, to be fair, because I'd been under the suspicion all along that the storyline's called Hush. That means that the big bad at the end would have been Hush, and he was, but he wasn't. He was, but he wasn't. So that's what I like about this, and that's what I think more Batman books should be. It should be the detective side of him over the superhero side. I know there's plenty of action, there's plenty of fighting. Pretty much all of his rogues gallery is in this, apart from Bane, Mad Hatter, Mr. Freeze. A lot of his rogues gallery is missing, but a key percentage of his rogues gallery is in this book, and I like that. And I also like the fact that it's not about the action, it's about finding out who this must. It's about the mystery, it's about the detective side of it, it's about the crime story, it's about working out stuff as Batman does. And it's Bruce Wayne using his brain over his brawn, and that's why Batman is so popular. Not because he punches his way through every situation, but because he thinks his way out of every situation. He's always one step ahead of everyone else. But in this scenario, he never is. He's always one step behind. Even when he is confronted with Thomas Elliot, he still refuses to believe that Thomas Elliot has been trying to kill him this whole time. Which, as annoying as that is, I like it, because I like seeing storylines where the world's greatest detective is pushed to his limits, both physically and mentally. That's why Batman Hush Part 2 is rated overall. Overall, Batman Hush as a storyline is rated 4 out of 5. I really like this. It's a really strong recommend. The only problem that I have is possibly the art in some places. I mean, I like the art, but in some places it does seem very muddy, but it is that very typical comic book style of artwork. It's very like big defined muscles. Everyone is like over proportioned, and I like that, but I don't know, something about the artwork just seems a little static to me. And I know that seems weird to say, but even in the fight scenes, it should feel like the best artwork is artwork that conveys the pictures are moving and makes you feel that the pictures are moving as you read it. This art doesn't do that for me, and that's where I feel it fails. Like Jim Lee as an artist, the drawings that are in the book are good. They're detailed, they're good, but reading it feels that's all they are, just drawings. It doesn't feel like a cohesive like story. Like it doesn't really feel, it feels like it's just a cobbled bit of what I'm trying to say is that the old way that Marvel, I know I'm talking about DC, but that Marvel used to do their stories is Jack Kirby would draw the artwork first, and Stanley would come in and he would draw he would do the writing using the artwork that Jack Kirby had produced as kind of a framing device, kind of a script for him to use, kind of. It feels like that's what happened here, but in the opposite effect. Like the script was given, but like the dialogue was added before the art was. And I feel like it should be the other way around. I don't know if that's how the book was made, but that's how it feels. That's basically all I have to say about Batman Hush. It's really damn good. I had some little niggles, some little gripes with it, but with everything that's good, I can't just sit here and kiss this book, because it's not perfect. I have to say the bad stuff with the good, but there is a damn lot of good, and it sure overshines the bad. So yeah, Batman Hush Part 2, definite recommend. If you can pick up Batman Hush as the full 12 issue run, if you can pick it up for cheap, that's great. I'd say it's worth the full price for it. But yeah, Batman Hush is a must read if you're a Batman fan and haven't already read it, and it's probably an even more important read if you're just getting into Batman and want a storyline that you can pick up without having to read anything beforehand, and maybe even having to read anything afterwards. It works well as a standalone, as well as if you already are familiar with the character. By Batman Hush. 4 stars. Really good. I really liked it. Let me know in the comments below if you have read Batman Hush, what you think of Batman Hush, and how many times I've said Batman Hush in this video. I will see you guys in the next video. Social media stuff is in the link below. It's linked below. My Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, my Facebook page. Everything is linked below. I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys next time.